Hey everybody, it's Mr. Risk. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's staying safe. And I really hope that you're ready for school because I am. I missed you guys, and we're gonna have some fun. Okay. So first, this is new to me. I've never done anything like this before. Um, Teaching online is brand new to me. I'm not sure, exactly what to do, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try. And that's what I want you to do too. I just want you to try. I want you to do your best. We're going to learn. We're going to figure some things out, and everything's going to be good. First, before we get started, here's what I'd like you to do. Just dance for 5 seconds. Okay. So, ready? Might feel a little silly dancing by yourself. I know I felt a little silly, but just a little bit of dancing I think can be some good. All right, here's what we're going to do next. We're going to practice some breathing like we've done in the past, like we've done in class. Just easy. In and out. Hopefully everybody's calm, everybody's relaxed, and you're ready to learn. Okay? So, in your email, I just sent you an email, and it has textbook pages, grammar book page, and then some activities to turn in. Okay, so the only thing you're going to be turning in is this final one. That's the only one you're going to turn in. For right now, you don't need to open any of that. Right now, I just want you to watch the screen, follow along. You can have maybe a notebook next to you. That might help. But that's just follow along for now. Okay, so this unit, we're going to be talking about the global village. And we're going to be talking about two big things, two big ideas. Number one, what makes us the same? Number two, what makes us different? Okay. What makes us the same? What makes us different? Okay. So, number one, try to think about things that make us the same. Try on your own. Just think a little bit. What makes us the same? I'm going to get something. Here, I have a whiteboard. I'm going to write on. Hopefully, you can see this well. So, same. What do we all do at lunch? We all eat. We all need food. Can you see that very well? We all need food. We all need water. We all want friends, right? We all want to see other people, even though I know a lot of us can't right now, but we all want friends. Maybe some type of family, okay? Something like that, okay? All right, so these are things that make us all the same. Now, what makes us different? Let's think about that. One, we could say clothes, right? In class, we have a lot of people wearing different clothes. Now, do a lot of us wear the same clothes too? Yeah. A lot of us might wear, a skirt or pants or something like that. So I'm going to put clothes with both. Now, does everybody in class speak the same language? Do I speak Swahili? Do I speak French? Do I speak Chinese? Okay, so we speak some different languages. Okay, we speak different languages. Now, we also speak the same language a lot of the time. We all are trying to learn English. Okay, now everybody in class, even though we're not in class together, everybody is from a different country. That's something that is, again, the same. I'm not going to write these down, but just to think about. We're all from a different country. We're all trying to learn English. Those are the same. We all want food, water, friends, family, okay? Things like that. We all want to be happy. There are a lot of things that make us the same. And of course, there are things that make us different. Okay. All right. So down here, a couple of proverbs, and you don't have to write this down or anything, but just to think about. These say, we are all made of the same clay. Okay, that's kind of think about, okay, like we're all made of the same stuff. Clay, that's something that you'll make like a sculpture with. Okay. 5 fingers are brothers, but are all not equals. Okay, so 5 fingers. Fingers, right? They're brothers, but they're not the same. They all have different jobs. They all do different things. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do next, I'm going to go over here. I want you to look at this picture. Okay, I wish this is one where I wish we were in class and I wish we could talk about it together because I know you guys would come up with some great things. But things to look at in this picture. Okay. First, just look at it. You don't need to point to anything or think about anything, but just look at it. Okay, give you a minute. Now, what I'd like you to do, look at, let's say the eyes. Look at the eyes on the screen. I'm going to try and point to them here and here. How many eyes are there? 2, right? How many faces? 1, 2, 3. 3 faces, but all 3 of those faces share the same 2 eyes. Okay. Now, are the noses the same? Are the noses the same? Think in your brain, yes or no? They are not. Look here. This one is wider. This one is a little bit thinner. Okay, wide is this way, thin is this way. And then the one on the right, the far right, is the thinnest. So there's different, they have 3 different noses, but different sizes of noses. Okay. Do all 3 of the faces have smiles? Yeah, they're all smiling. Okay. Now, do all 3 faces have the same smile? Not quite. This one's a little thinner. This one you can kind of see on the edge there. And then this one looks a little bigger. Okay. And they have different chins too. Chin right here. This one kind of goes down. This is a carrot. This is a little wider of like a carrot or triangle shape. Okay. Now, this that I'm showing you, you can also look at it in a Google Doc that I just sent you. If you look in your email, the one that says textbook pages 158 through 176, that's what we're going to be using. Okay. That's kind of what we're doing. You don't see the page that I just looked up on there yet, but you will shortly. Okay. So that's, I'm going to be asking you to use that soon. All right, so let's look at the next page. So, look over here. What makes us the same? What makes us different? That's what we're studying. Okay. What images or what pictures can you see? Again, I wish we were in class because this would be easier, but see a girl here. Looks like she's selling something on the street. Okay. This looks like a hotel, river, okay, a guy with a llama, something like that. We see some different different sites, different monuments, and then we see a girl over there. So, give me 1 minute. Okay. So, right here we see some white buildings, tall mountains here. Over here we see a girl in a pink shirt, a boy with an animal, okay, a boat on a river, and then a girl with long hair. Okay. Now, think about this. Which photo do you think people might be farmers? Which photos do you think people might be farmers? I would say maybe this one, this one, this one, and possibly this one. Okay, so the other two, we could say people live in the city or vocabulary term, more urban areas, right? Urban means city. Rural means in the country with less people and usually more farming, okay, stuff like that. All right, let's go to the next page. And again, I know we're going fast, but that's okay. We're going to try and get through as much as we can before the end of the year. So on this page, you see first a yellow piece of paper. And I want you to think about three words, three vocabulary words: country, culture, and world. Okay. Country, that's the first one. What country are you in? The United States, right? So country, I think we all kind of know that term, is a place with a government within a continent. So a country is smaller than a continent and bigger than a city. Okay, so that's a country. World, we know that one, right? That's everything. Over here is North America, part of the world. And then the final one is more difficult, I would say. Culture. Oops. Okay. So culture could be different things that are specific to your country. All right. So let's look at this yellow piece of paper. It says, you're in a classroom. Well, you're not right now, but just pretend that you are. Pretend that this was a couple months ago, right? You're in a classroom. Your classroom is in a school. Your school is on a street. Your street is in a town. Your town is in a state. Your state is in a country. The country is in the world. And finally, the world has many cultures. Okay. So, number one, it asks you to do this. The United States is in a country in the world. How many countries can you name? Okay. So think about that just for a minute. How many countries can you name? Countries near the United States, we have Canada, Mexico. Okay, so those are the two closest. Maybe think, what are some countries in Asia that you could name? Japan, China, Mongolia, Vietnam. Okay, there's lots of different countries. Think about all the different countries in the world. A country's culture includes its art, music, and food. Okay. What are some parts of your culture? How is your culture different from other cultures? Okay. Now this is an interesting question, I think, for a lot of you, because you live in the United States, right? But you were born in a different place with a different culture, right? So think in your brain, what's the same? What's different with the culture in your home country compared to the culture in the United States? Okay. Oh, we can make this bigger. All right, so be thinking about that. People in the world need the same things to live. Name some of the things that we need. Okay. So we've kind of talked about that before. We all need food. We all need water. We all need clothes. We all need a place to live, right? Like a house or some type of place. So those are things that we all need. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. All right. So this is some grammar stuff. This is going to be, hopefully, I'm thinking a little bit of a review. Okay. Again, this is a lot of stuff that we're going to go over, hopefully in 1 week. But this is review different word parts. Okay, so remember, some English words are made up of different parts. These parts include the base word and affixes. A prefix is an affix in the beginning of the word. A suffix is an affix added to the end of the word. Many prefixes and suffixes come from Greek, Latin, Greek, and other languages. The prefix pre and re come from Latin. Pre means before or earlier than. Re means again. Full is a Middle English suffix that comes from the Old English word full. It means full of. So the word pre-measure means to measure before. And hopeful means full of hope. Okay? So I'm going to try and show you some stuff. Pre means before. Okay? Pre means before. So this video that I'm giving you is pre-recorded. I recorded, okay? I made the video before I sent it. So it's pre-recorded. Okay. We've talked about a lot. To do again. Okay. Hopefully you remember that. Re means to do again. Like rewrite, write again. Redo, to do again. Replay, to play again. Okay. So maybe you're watching a soccer game or something and they show a replay. They show the play happening again. So pre means before, re means to do again, full means full of. Okay. So let's look down at this page. So this says you can use word parts as clues to a word's meaning. Follow these steps. Look for a prefix or suffix. Cover it. Read the base word or words and think about their meaning. Uncover the prefix or suffix and think about its meaning. Put the meanings of the word parts together. Okay, so respectful, okay, has the suffix full, the base word or root word respect. So respectful, full of respect. Let's look over here. Pre-colonial. That means before colonies. Rejoin, to join again. Reproduce, to produce again, to make again. Publishable, able to publish. Okay, so suffix full, full of. Able means can be done. So hopeful means full of hope. Changeable means able to be changed. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, use word parts to figure out the meaning of each word. Prehistory. I'm this one right here. Prehistory. Before history. Okay, prehistory. So a lot of times if you say prehistory, that means before people started writing stuff down. Prehistory. Number 2, replay. To play again. Okay, replay means to play again. Readable able. Okay, so let's look at the base word first. Read. So cover up able. Read. We know that one, right? You read all the time in class. Suffix able can be done. So if something is readable, it is something you can read. Okay. Now, remember this, the prefix un means not. So if I said this is unreadable, that means I cannot read it. Okay. Now, we talked about compound words before. Class, room. Okay, two smaller words, class plus room equals classroom. This one's suitcase. It's a case. It's something where you can put your suitcase. Okay. Number 5 is tougher. Number 5 is more difficult. Okay. So cover up re, cover up able. You get the word new in the middle. Prefix re means again. Able means can be done. Okay. So renewable means can be made new again and again and again. So you'll hear this word in science maybe. Renewable energy, that's like wind because it keeps going. Okay. So that's something that doesn't stop. So it's a renewable source of energy. The sun, okay, solar, a renewable source of energy because it can be done again. Okay. All right, number 7, I reread my friend's email. Okay. If you reread, you read again. I read my friend's email again. Number 8, we had to pre-calculate the data. Okay. Calculate. Okay. So think like calculator, right? You punch in a calculator. We had to calculate the data. Prefix pre, we had to calculate it before. We had to pre-calculate the data. We had to calculate the data before. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know that's a little difficult. He dropped a big, colorful plate. Now, suffix full, full of. Colorful means full of colors. Okay, so if you have something that's colorful, you have many, many different colors. He dropped a big, colorful plate. A plate that was full of colors. The plate was breakable. It was able to be broken. Breakable. Okay. So again, that might have been kind of difficult, but it's just good practice. Okay. There's no worksheet I'm going to have you fill out on that one, but I think that's just some kind of good practice. Let's hope. So this next one, the airport. Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do actually. Go to your email, click on textbook. Okay. So I'm going to my email, clicking on the thing that says textbook. And then in the textbook, I want you to go to page 163. Okay, so textbook page 163. All right, so here is the document. Go ahead and go down. All right, right here. So this is page 163. What I'd like you to do is on your own, go ahead and pause this video, just hit pause on it, and then read this one time. Read it one time on your own, okay? And then we're going to talk about it. So go ahead and hit pause and read it. Okay, so hopefully you're done reading, and then we're going to read it together. Okay, so this says, many different people wait at the crowded airport gate. A young woman reads the news. A little boy ties his shoes. One man just stands and stares, while people sit on shiny black chairs. Another man with a serious face pulls along a blue suitcase. Different people, yet still the same. They all wish they were on the plane. Okay, so this is showing an example of a crowded airport. Okay, so one more time. Many different people wait at the crowded airport gate. The young woman reads the news. A little boy ties his shoes. One man just stands and stares while people sit on shiny black chairs. Another man with a serious face pulls along a blue suitcase. Different people, yet still the same. They all wish they were on the plane. All right, so just kind of a nice little chant there. I know if we were in class, we'd be all saying it together, but we can't do that, and that's okay. So use adjectives before nouns. Okay, so adjectives. We've talked about adjectives before in class. Adjectives are descriptive words, words that describe things. Like, Mr. Risk, you have a great tie. My tie looks great. Thank you so much. I have a great tie. Okay. Adjectives are words that describe people, places, or things. Okay, so they describe nouns. You can use adjectives to describe how something looks. A long line waits at the check-in counter. An adjective often comes from the noun it describes. Passengers cannot carry large suitcases on the small plane. So in the blue here, large and small are adjectives. Adjectives help the reader imagine what you are writing about. The large bags must go in a special plane. Large is the adjectives. Also, special would be an adjective because it's a special type of plane. Okay. So, work with a partner, look at the photo, then say each sentence was an adjective from the box. So blue, okay? Blue is, large is, another word for big, small, tall, and yellow. Okay, so those are the different words. So look at this picture and think for a second. What goes with each sentence? Okay, what goes with each sentence? Number one, the first woman wears a blank shirt. So here's the first woman. Does she wear blue shirt, large shirt, small shirt, tall shirt, or yellow shirt? Not blue, not large, not small, not tall. Yellow is correct. So number one, the first woman wears a the first woman wears a yellow shirt. My fault, my mistake. Number two, the second woman wears a blank jacket. So that one is going to be a blue jacket. Number three, the blank man behind her wears a hat. Okay, so you see the woman in the blue here. The blank man behind her wears a hat. So that's going to be the tall man behind her wears a hat. He has a blank suitcase. That's going to be a large suitcase. It cannot fit on the blank plane. It cannot fit on the small plane. All right, so let's go over these. The first woman wears a yellow shirt. The second woman wears a blue jacket. The tall man behind her wears a hat. He has a large suitcase. It cannot fit on the small plane. Okay? All right, next. Write each sentence with an adjective and a noun from the box. A blank blank carries a big bag on his back. Okay, so look at the picture. Who has a big bag on his back? So look at it for a minute. Think. That one's going to be a little boy. A little boy carries a big bag on his back. It is a blank blank. So is it black, blue, little, huge, or long? Is it backpack, hair, shirt, or sneakers? So number 7, it is a huge backpack. He wears shorts and blank blank. He wears shorts and blank blank. So that one's going to be black sneakers. He wears shorts and black sneakers. A man in a blank blank is at the end of the line. A man in a blank blank is at the end of the line. Okay. So, a man, that one's going to be blue shirt. A man in a blue shirt is at the end of the line. He is next to a woman with blank blank. That one is going to be long hair. He is next to a woman with long hair. All right, so let's review. A little boy carries a big bag on his back. It is a huge backpack. He wears shorts and black sneakers. A man in a blue shirt is at the end of the line. He is next to a woman with long hair. Okay. All right, now this page we kind of have to skip just because we can't really do it without being with one another. So we're going to skip that page. And I'm going to look right here. So these are some vocabulary to practice. Okay, so I know this is weird doing this here, but let's just try. So I say you repeat, crowded, decide, enough, hungry, instead, meal, safe, village. Okay. So number 1, crowded. That is an adjective. A crowded place is full of people or things. The bus is crowded. All right, so think about school. The cafeteria, the lunchroom is crowded. Okay, so if we are talking about the lunchroom, you could say, I eat in a crowded lunchroom. Remember, because the adjective should go before the noun. Decide. When you decide to do something, you make a choice to do it. The signs help you decide where to go. Okay, so decide. So you go to lunch. You can decide, do I want a hamburger or pizza or a hot dog? You make a choice. You decide in your brain what to do. Okay, you are all deciding to watch the video, right? So present progressive we learned before, something you are doing right now, ing, deciding. Okay, you're choosing to do something, you're deciding to do something. Enough. When you have enough of something, you have as much as you need. There is enough food in the cart for everyone. Okay. If you have enough books, you have all the books you need. Okay. Hungry. When you are hungry, you need or want something to eat. The baby birds are hungry. The baby birds want or need something to eat. Instead means in place of something else. She is buying carrots instead of broccoli. So you went to lunch. You bought a hot dog instead of a hamburger. You bought pizza instead of spaghetti. So it's one thing in place of something else. You are in Mr. Risk's class instead of Mrs. McTaggart's class. Okay. You eat a lunch instead of C lunch. So those are some examples. Meal. A meal is all the food you eat at one time. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are meals. Okay. So every day you go to the cafeteria, you have a meal. Okay, that's all the food you have at one time is a meal. So we see here this meal: mashed potatoes, peas, chicken, I guess. Those are all things that you eat at one time is a meal. Safe. If something is safe, it doesn't hurt. It is important to have safe water to drink. The antonym, the opposite, is dangerous. Okay, so nobody here. It is safe inside my house. Okay, I don't feel in danger. Nothing's going to hurt me. I feel safe inside my house. Hopefully, you feel safe inside your house right now, too. A village is a very small town. This village is by the ocean. Okay. Village, small town. That village, this village here, is near an ocean. Okay, so let's review those really quick. Crowded, lots of people around you. Decide, you make a choice. Enough, okay, you have all that you need. If a teacher's angry, they might say, I've had enough. I've had enough people talking, done. Everything I need with talking, done. Okay, so crowded, decide, enough. Hungry, when you need something to eat. Instead, in place of something. Meal, all the food that you eat at one time. Safe, doesn't hurt you. And village is a really small town. Okay, very good, guys. We're going to move on. So, kind of the last big thing we're going to do is we are going to do a reading. Okay, so we're going to do a few pages of a reading. Now, like we've practiced all year, we're going to read the same thing a few times. You're going to read it once on your own, and you're going to read it a couple times with me, and then at the very end, I want you to answer some questions. So, a main idea is what the writer thinks is the most important about a topic. Sometimes you can find the main idea when you look at the title, headings, picture, and other parts in the text. When you find the author's main idea, you can figure out what is most important in the text. Okay, so main idea, most important thing. I know sometimes in class I say, okay, what's the main idea? And everybody's like, and then I say, well, what's the most important thing? Everybody knows. It's the same thing. Main idea is the most important thing in the book or the text or even a song. You can have a main idea of a song or a movie. Main idea is the most important thing. Okay, so food. There's a lot of food in the global village. There is enough food for everyone, but the food is not divided equally. Many people are hungry. So, topic is food. There is food, but not everyone gets the food. That's the main idea from this page here. Okay? And at the end, I'm going to have you fill something out that shows the different main ideas. And hopefully it's easiest to understand. Okay? All right. All right, so if the world were a village, here is what I'd like you to do. Go to your textbook. Go right here to page 169. I want you to start reading at page 169. And I want you to stop at page 176. So start here, stop here. So pause the video, read pages 169 through 176. Okay, I'll write that down. Hopefully that makes it a little easier. Okay. 169 through 176 in your textbook that I sent you. Okay. All right, so hopefully you've read that. Okay, now you should read it and then hit play. If you didn't read it on your own, that's okay, but that's kind of the best way to learn is to first do it on your own. But whatever works for you is how we'll do it. Okay, so if the world were a village. So for this text, for this short thing you're going to read, you're going to be thinking about, okay, if the world was a village, what would it look like? What languages would people speak? How would people act? Where, just everything. What would the world be like? So, page 171. Oh, sorry. I skipped a page. Page 170. Here we go. All right. Welcome to the global village. The earth is crowded. It gets more crowded every year. In 2008, the world's population was 6.7 billion. 11 countries each had more than 100 million people. China had more than 1.3 billion. These numbers are big, but can be hard to understand. Instead, think of them differently. Imagine the world as a village of 100 people. Each person in the village stands for 67 million people from the real world. We can learn about these villagers. They can teach us about people in the world. They also teach us about world problems. Okay, so one person, they represent 67 million people. Okay, so these are our vocab words that we practiced. All right, so languages: ni hao, hello; namaste; zavute, hola; alan; selamatai pagi. The villages use many languages. Okay, so that was how to say hello in a whole bunch of different languages. What languages do they speak? There are almost 6,000 languages in the global village. More than half of the people speak 8 languages. Okay, so again, this is imaginary. You take the whole world, shrink it down to 100 people. 21 speak Chinese, 9 speak English, 9 speak Hindi, 7 speak Spanish, 4 speak Arabic, 4 speak Bengali, 3 speak Portuguese, and 3 speak Russian. Okay, so a lot of languages, only a few people speak, so it's less than one person. Okay, so obviously there are many, many more languages than this. So, but these are just the most common languages in our world. Okay, learn to say hello in languages, then you can greet many people in the world. All right, page 172. There is a lot of food in the global village. There is enough for everyone, but the food is not divided equally. Many people are hungry. Okay, so let's just look at this. 50. Okay, so that's half. Hungry some or all of the time. Okay, so half the people in the world today are hungry some or all of the time. They do not have enough food. 16 are severely undernourished, meaning they really don't have nearly enough. They really don't have close to enough food. And then 34 always have enough. Okay, so like this said, there is enough food, but it's not divided equally. Okay, so not everybody gets the same amount of food in the world. You know that, right? But if we did divide it better, there would be enough food for people in the world. All right, so enough and not enough. Women sell many kinds of vegetables in this busy market. Some people buy food here, then resell it to neighbors. Okay, resell means sell again. So some people go to market, buy the food, sell it again to their neighbors. Not enough. The men at this market sell only a few kinds of vegetables. This family has a lot of food to share. This family has just a little food to eat. Okay, so right over here, these are people who have enough. These are people who don't really have enough. Okay, so this is again thinking about the global village, what people look like in the world. All right, so next, the air and water are safe in most of the village, but some air and water are polluted. Pollution can make people sick. Sometimes there is not enough clean water. The villagers must walk a long way to find more. How many people have safe water? How many people breathe clean air? So, 83 people have safe water in or near their homes. 17 people do not have safe water in or near their homes. So we've done reading before about people who don't have clean or safe water. If we took the whole world, put it down to a village of 100, 83 would have safe water, 17 would not. Now, pollution. 68 people breathe clean air, 32 people breathe polluted air. So pollution, that comes from cars, factories, things like that. 63 people breathe clean air, 32 people do not. All right, schooling and literacy. So literacy, that means being able to read and to write, right? So a lot of this, what we do in this class, we do literacy. I teach you how to read and write in English. A bell begins the school day. Some children in the village have no school near them. Others do, but they don't go to school. They must work instead. They help feed their families. How many people attend school? So, 36 villagers are ages 5 to 24. 30 of them attend school. There is one teacher. Okay? Not everybody in the global village can read and write. 59 of people over age 15 can read at least a little. 13 cannot read at all. More males than females learn how to read. So that's more boys than girls. Okay? So this last part. Think about your place in the global village. What is your life like? How does it compare to the lives of people around you? Get to know the world you live in. It is a small but precious place that we all share. Okay. So the first two questions, I'm going to have you write about, fill in on your own, and then you're going to turn in. Okay. So those two questions, I'm going to have you turn in. So number one, what things does every person in the global village need? Why are the air and water not safe in some places in the village? So you got to think, why are there some places where air and water isn't safe? So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to go back. I'm going to read it again, except this time I'm going to read it quicker. And then when I'm done, I'm going to have you fill out an assignment. Okay? So think, just listen, and then read it on your own. Read it as I am saying it. So, if the world were a village, Earth is crowded. It gets more crowded every year. In 2008, the world's population was 6.7 billion. 11 countries had more than 100 million people. China had more than 1.3 billion. These numbers are big. They can be hard to understand. Instead, think of them differently. Imagine the world as a village of 100 people. Each person in this village stands for 67 million people from the real world. We can learn a lot about these villagers. They can teach us about people in the real world. They also teach us about world problems. Ni hao, hello, namaste, zuvute, hola, alan, selamat pagi. The villagers use many languages. What languages do they speak? There are almost 6,000 languages in the global village. More than half of the people speak 8 languages. Learn to say hello in these languages. Then you can greet many people in the world. Food. There is a lot of food in the global village. There is enough food for everyone, but the food is not divided equally. Many people are hungry. Enough. Women sell many kinds of vegetables in this busy market. Some people buy food here and then resell it to neighbors. This family has a lot of food to share. So right here is enough. Not enough. The men at the market sell only a few kinds of vegetables. This family has just a little food to eat. Air and water. The air and water are safe in most of the village, but some air and water are polluted. Pollution can make people sick. Sometimes there is not enough clean water. Villagers must walk a long way to find more. How many people have safe water? How many people breathe clean air? 17 people do not have safe water in or near their homes. 83 people have safe water in or near their homes. 32 people breathe polluted air. 68 people breathe clean air. School and literacy. A bell begins the school day. Some children in the village have no school near them. Others do, but they can't go to school. They must work instead. They must feed their families. How many people attend school? Not everybody in the global village can read and write. 59 people over age 15 can read at least a little. 13 cannot read at all. More males than females learn how to read. Think about your place in the global village. What is your life like? How does it compare to the lives of people around you? Get to know the world you live in. It is a small but precious place that we all share. All right. Hey, good job. All right. So, next thing to do. You guys have read the textbook. Excellent. This grammar book is what I want us to kind of look at next. Grammar book. We're going to do this together. Okay, you don't need to fill this out. I just want you to watch. All you need to do right now is watch. I'm going to try and make this easy to see. So, adjectives are words that describe people, places, or things. You can use adjectives to describe how something looks. Our silver plane lands in Chicago. An adjective often comes before the noun it describes. I take my small backpack from under the flat seat. So small backpack, flat, okay, flat. This is a flat notebook, flat, under the flat seat. All right, so complete each sentence, write an adjective from the box. So you don't need to complete it, just listen and think. I like to look up at the blank buildings. So that one's going to be tall. They seem to touch the blank clouds. They seem to touch the white clouds. The building has blank windows. The building has square windows. Okay, so I look up at the tall buildings. They seem to touch the white clouds. That building has square windows. All right, so complete each sentence. Write an adjective and a noun from the box. Again, you're not doing this, you're just thinking and looking. We walk along the blank. So you could say we walk along the wide sidewalk. One man is carrying a blank of groceries. Okay. One man is carrying a big bag of groceries. That's what goes there. Number 6, a woman pushes her tiny baby in a stroller. Okay, so I didn't want you to write anything down, just kind of listen and think. All right, so let's go back to that email I sent you. Textbook page, that's what we did. Grammar book, that's what we just did together. And then this last thing, activities to turn in. Go ahead and open that up. I'm going to show you what's there. So these are the vocabulary words that we did together. So you write the definition, translate it into your home language, and do a picture. Now think, how do I do a picture? Easy. Crowded. Google Images. Okay? You can copy and paste right into the document, right into there. Same with the rest of these. Now pick 3 of them and use them in a sentence. So write the word, use the word in a sentence. Okay, so if the world were a village, fill in the blank. Now, for this one, just go ahead and type in your answer. Think about what we did before. The people in the global village can teach us about what? What do they teach us about? So we talked about that. The people in the global village can teach us what the world is like. Now, if you don't know these right away, go to your textbook. Again, starting on page 169. Okay. So if you need to go back and reread some of it, that's okay. Okay. So what can they teach us? They teach us what the world is like, right? Languages. Okay. Go to the section on languages. So to fill out that one, you need to go to page 171. Give me the main idea there. Same thing with food, air and water, in schools. Then the 2 questions at the bottom. What does every person in the global village need? That gets back to what we were thinking about before. What does everybody need? What makes us the same? What makes us different? Why are the air and water not safe in some places in the village? Okay, so do your best with these. Okay, if you're not right, that's okay, but I want everybody to try. When you're done with that, you can do this short reading at the bottom. This is about Mexico. Okay, this hopefully is at your level. I think you should be able to read this. So read it, stop, read it again, and then fill out the questions at the bottom. So this document right here, this is what you're going to be turning into me. So when you are done, go File, make a copy, put your name, just like that, hit OK, and then send it to me. All right, so OK. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so this says Mr. Risk. Okay. And then File. Share. And then you're going to share it with me. There you go. Just start typing my name and then hit send. Okay. I hope that was simple enough. Now, if you have any questions at all, please email me. Please let me know, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Okay. So do your best. This is what you need to turn in. If you need help with anything, again, please let me know. All right. Thank you so much. You guys have been so great this year. Keep working, keep going. You're going to get better at English the more you do this. Okay. Have a good day.